I'm Sunny Lee, and I was the Hidden Kingdom, the very first film to play.
I'm Rachel K. Barclay, and our series is Human Telegraphs.
She's also the writer and co-producer of Human Telegraphs. I'm Fern, I'm co-producer of Human Telegraphs and also art director.
Hi, I'm Kayla Conroy. I'm co-producer of Human Telegraphs with these two, and I also directed Human Telegraphs and starred as Margot.
Hi, I'm Slav Velkov, and I'm the director of the last film, A New World, and I'm from Bulgaria.
I love it. I'm Danny, and I'm the director of Bugbears and Basements.
Hey, I'm Jeff, and I am the writer, creator, producer of Basements and Bugbears.
Alright, so let's ask each of you, what was the inspiration for the film?
I'm sorry, I failed to mention that I'm representing Sacred Pact. My co-director is not here, Jacqueline Davis. Hidden Kingdoms was partly funded by the New York Foundation of the Arts. We won a grant in 2020 that was a huge help in completing this project that we started in 2016. We casted everyone during the very beginning of the pandemic. We wanted to tell the stories of 5 different New York dancers, totally unrelated, all different walks of life, and we just got caught in their world, and I hope that was really apparent with each different episode.
Human Telegraphs is really inspired by all 3 of our journeys living in New York City, trying to juggle multiple freelancing jobs and creating our career paths as artists. And each of our 3 characters kind of embody that spirit of grit and determination, but also a lot of optimism and innocence, I'd say. And then the actual message delivery business is mainly inspired by the idea that we are always entangled in each other's affairs. While living in New York, you can't help but overhear intimate conversations or arguments while in line at CVS or on your way home in the subway, or maybe yourself are walking down the street and you just can't hold it back anymore. You're going to cry, you're going to pass 50 people on the way to your destination. That's just a part of being in the city. Is that we are always sharing things that, things that we want to keep personal or within our own little insulated bubble otherwise. And that would be an interesting idea to really experience that voice or quality of being in the city, meeting new characters in each episode, and that's really what we wanted to explore.
She covered it.
Well, first of all, thank you to everyone for being here, and thank you to the Big Apple Film Festival for showing the film, and of course, thank you to the crew. I mean, they're in Bulgaria right now, so they're obviously not here. So about the film, well, I started writing the film some time ago, more than a year, but there were protests in Bulgaria last year, and so the economy has been devastated by governmental corruption. So I just asked myself, what was the root of these issues? What drove politicians to such corruption? And so, to me, at least for now, the answer is desire. And so this film is really about desire and about a man who's fighting desire, and that desire, I think, is expressed through the figure in the tuxedo. So yeah, that was basically the inspiration, and watching a lot of old movies and silent movies because there was no dialogue. So yeah.
Yeah, well, Basements and Bugbears was inspired because I'm a huge nerd. I really like Dungeons and Dragons, and a couple of years ago I was trying to come up with a new story idea, and I came across this group of real-life therapists who utilize the game Dungeons and Dragons in professional sessions with their patients. I thought it was really awesome and started kind of exploring into like the deeper, darker side of Dungeons and Dragons and the interconnectivity that actually comes from playing a game around a table and role-playing these fantasy characters and how that actually helps people to overcome things like anxiety, depression, PTSD. And from there, I started developing like a set of high schoolers that are all handling the issue of their friend's recent suicide and how they would come together in a basement and what kind of fantasy characters they would use to overcome all of their trauma.
were able to show my fellow artists' work here in New York. So they're really proud of that.
Yes, this was also our first time seeing it on the big screen, and it was really an incredible experience. I think I'm proud of a lot of things here, but I think one thing in particular, it's maybe different from what was said here, is that I'm very proud of the fact that we were able to film in one location and be so dynamic. That's what I felt. I hope you felt the same.
Yeah, it looked cool. I mean, it's a conglomeration of a lot of things that people are saying. This started as just like a weird idea in my head one day. And when I first started thinking about this, I had never even played Dungeons and Dragons before. And over the course of like 3 years, I started coming across so many people who were deeply passionate about all of the things that I was. And getting it to bring everyone together to create something that looks as cool as it does, and that everything actually came together. We filmed this 2 weeks before New York City even shut down, and so everything kind of happened in the right way at the right time to actually complete a finished product. And I'm really proud that we were actually able to do it in the way that it actually came together.